Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the very sunny Sunshine Coast here in Australia, joined today by Nancy Giere. Nancy, g'day, a very warm welcome from down under. Where are you hanging out?
I'm near San Francisco in the U.S.
San Fran. So you've been through the big wet or the big cold
Yes,
that was winter,
yes,
and now
yes,
rivers and lakes are all filling up with the melted snow.
yes.
I just got off call from someone who's half an hour from San Francisco, and they bought on a lake which was dry, and now it's full. So she's pretty happy.
Yes, it's all good.
Yeah. So, folks, Nancy is a course creation expert. She not only knows how to create courses that have people excited to actually take the courses and consume them and digest them, she also knows how to create courses that sell well. And I think that's often the missing ingredient for people who create online courses, is they don't sell themselves. So she creates engaging, fun, interactive programs that actually get results. So there's a certain amount of magic in here, and I'm a massive fan of online courses for all the reasons that you probably know about, folks, which is it's scaling your value delivery, so you get to help more people. In that process, you get to make more money, and it's the reason why I can enjoy a 4-day weekend. It's really highly recommended. So Nancy, but the thing is, you should not try this at home. As I discovered to my shock and horror, when I created my first 2 online courses, they were awful for clients. And so because I had these big, chunky, clunky videos people had to work through. Well, Nancy's the expert on how to make those courses fun and interesting and engaging. So let's get going. Our subject today is how to create an engaging online course. Nancy, our 7 minutes is going to start now. Question number 1 is, who is your ideal client?
My ideal client falls in the category of thought leader, and that's usually some combination of author, speaker, coach, and consultant.
Right. Perfect. Ditto. Bingo. Same. So pretty much everyone listening to this should fit that category. Describe the problem that you solve for them.
But the problem that I solve is most of the people that come to me, they either have so much content, they don't know how to put it together, or they feel like it's a blank sheet of paper and they don't know where to get started. So I help them be able to really get the focus that they need to.
That's interesting.
Get to the finish line.
They tend to be one end of the spectrum. Too much content, don't know how to sort it out, or where do I actually get started? But I guess the thing they have in common is they know they want to scale their value delivery.
Yes.
Free up more time, help more people, and so on.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. So yeah, and so if someone's listening to this, question 3 is what are some of the typical symptoms that someone would be experiencing if they needed what you do? So if someone's listening to this, what are a few things that's probably going on in their brain or their business life where they go, yeah, I should find out more about what Nancy does?
Right. Well, one of the big keys is really falls into time. Oftentimes people will be repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And if they can take that content and package it and give it to their clients to review, then they can work with them at a deeper level. I see that a lot with coaches and consultants. It's really thinking about how can you make a course help you to have your business grow. And it all comes down to really, taking your brilliance and bundling it in a way that people can consume it independently, but it also is part of a larger play.
And having been involved with online courses and made the mistakes, I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that the job is done when they built their online course, but really that could be where the headaches start for a client. Because if the client has dread going in and doing the course and completing the lessons, then it's unlikely they're going to do it. They don't get value and they don't refer. That's one mistake I made. Question 4 is, what do you see as some of the common mistakes that folks made before they start working with you?
The biggest mistake that people make is they think that they can take a webinar and chop it up and turn it into an evergreen course. That is the number one problem. And what you need, you need to be thinking about it, and you got to begin with the end in mind. What's the online course going to look like? And then create the webinar so it can facilitate that by being really thoughtful about discrete chunks of information that you can deliver.
Yeah, I've made that mistake. So what you're saying is you really want to start with the end in mind.
Yes.
And build the webinar back from that, not the other way around.
Right.
And I guess the reason that people don't do that is that it makes their brain hurt. But you can you can take that pain, take that headache away. And folks, I'm hot and heavy in promoting what Nancy does, but there's no affiliate commission stuff going on here. I just know the value of a specialist like Nancy, and I know how they can bring what is a course that your clients dread doing to one they look forward to, that's interactive and fun and engaging. And there's all sorts of things that a professional like Nancy brings to the party. So I'm promoting Nancy. I'm very strong on this, but it's for all the right reasons, I believe. Nancy, question 5, let's flip this and give people a top tip, something that it's not going to solve the whole problem. They'll probably need you for that, but it might take them a step in the right direction.
Well, really simple tip is when you're doing your recording is to divide it into discrete chunks and pause, smile, pause again. So you give your editor a place to break up the content. You have a better chance of repurposing if you can be that thoughtful. It's a real simple shift, but sometimes it's hard. We're in the webinar, we're in the moment, and we just keep talking.
Right. So you do it. Yeah. And the adrenaline's pumping and you're sounding more like a machine gun than, So
Right.
because when the editor's doing it, they're seeing the little soundtrack, I guess. They see the pause. They know that's like a natural break in the editing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. We got 2.5 minutes left. Let's give folks a free resource. Where can they go to find out more about how to make all this happen? Not something that's just going to give them more value, and they can dip their toe in the world of Nancy.
Right. Oh, well, on my website, I have a downloadable document. It's called 8 Easy Steps to Create Training That Sells. And it's based on the methodology that I use for every type of course, every type of content. So it gives people an idea of really what does it take to get from idea to implementation. Okay, so folks, that's www.nancygiere, that's GIERE.com, GIERE.com/8, the number, easy steps. Go there. If you're watching the video, it'll be underneath the video. If you're on iPad or something, Nancy, GIERE.com/8, number 8, easy steps. Go get it, dip your toe in the water of Nancy's world, so to speak. It's a bit clunky, but anyway, you know what I mean. And then don't do it. Get Nancy to do it. That's my best recommendation. Look, if you're broken on the bones of your backside, do it yourself. But as soon as you can afford to hire a specialist like Nancy, you should do that, because this is the voice of experience speaking. The sooner you can get that done, the better. The sooner you'll scale and serve more people and have happy clients who want to keep coming back for more. Just over a minute left, Nancy. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't? What's the best way to get started?
And the best way to get started is?
And the best way to get started is to think about who you serve. You want to think about creating your training like marketing every type of service. So begin looking at who's your ideal client, what do they need, and how are you unique? I can't talk. How are you uniquely qualified to solve that problem?
Yeah.
And then that should be the guiding light for the courses that you create.
Perfect.
Just stay focused on your client.
Get into their hearts and minds. Nancy, thank you so much for your time and your insights, and especially the green you're wearing is lovely. If you folks, go get the video. All right. Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.